If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
Scully, after all you've seen, after all you've told me, you've seen the tunnel filled with medical files, the beings moving past you, the implant in your neck. Why do you refuse to believe?
Believing's the easy part, Mulder. I just need more than you. I need proof.
You think that believing is easy?
Hello, and welcome to The X-Files. That's The EX-Files. A podcast where we're watching and discussing every episode of The X-Files one by one, spoiler-free. Do you think past deeds might illuminate my present treacheries? I'm Jenny Owen Young's ex-wife of Kristin Russo, and I grew up watching The X-Files.
I'm Kristin Russo, ex-wife of Jenny Owen Young's, and also a beacon in the night. And I'm watching The X-Files for the very first time. Today, we are talking about a two-parter, Season 3, Episode 9, Nisei, and Season 3, Episode 10, 731, or 731, or 731. You choose.
I choose not to choose.
Oh, okay. That's powerful. What are you,
Thank
Chris
you.
Carter?
Nisei was written by Chris Carter, Frank Spotnitz, and Howard Gordon. It took all three, and it was directed by David Nutter. It originally aired on November 24th, 1995, just 2 days after I turned 14.
I like that,
Wow.
I feel like last episode, you were like, no. And today you have, precise, you're like 15 minutes and 30 days and 17 seconds since I was born. It's like, what mood is Jenny in? She wants you to know about her birthday or she doesn't. She keeps you guessing.
I am trying.
Which is why I'm still making the podcast. You know, you always keep me guessing.
You like to guess.
It's like,
and
just
I like to
when
make
I
you.
think I'm out, she pulls me back in. This is the one where Jenny Owen Young's, keeping us guessing, did not write us an episode summary. However...
What if I gave you a live summary?
Okay, sure.
Aldrich's new thing is putting a Y at the end of every single word.
Oh,
So, moldy, jumpy on trainee. There's a bomby.
Uh-huh.
Scully goes to Housey.
She's the oney.
She's the oney.
Or she is
Is that
oney, I
good?
should say.
Oh, sorry, she is one. Wow, I have chills just thinking about it. Do you feel like that covers it?
Yeah, if it doesn't, I'll give you the episode description from LaToya. This is the one where investigating a video of an alien autopsy, Mulder and Scully find evidence that Japanese scientists brought to America after the Second World War may have been involved in Scully's abduction. Part 1 of 2. LaToya immediately writing in her notes, not sure I'm going to be thrilled with Chris Carter writing about post-World War II Japanese Americans, but sure.
Yeah.
Nisei is, FYI, a term that is used to describe folks born to Japanese parents. So they're the first born in America, Japanese Americans, sons specifically. LaToya also leaving in her notes, why is this episode called Nisei? No clear indication, except for perhaps that she says just no clear indication. And then I am opining perhaps because these Japanese men are at the central of, at sort of central plot points, and we are to believe that they are Japanese Americans? I think that they're just Japanese, right? But, so I don't know. If you know why it's called Nisei, which is a term that means a son born to Japanese immigrants.
Are they referring to perhaps the alien human hybrids that
that are like the
Ishimaru is engineering?
Okay.
Are those the...
That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. Maybe they are. Let's give them that. I will say, and I think that I said this in the last episode that we did. I enjoyed this two-parter in that, like, I felt the suspense of it. There have been episodes of the X-Files in recent history where I have not cared what was going to happen. Like, I just straight up didn't care. So the bar is a little bit low for me, but like I went into this two-parter and I was like, oh my God. I mean, when Scully gets to the door and they're like, there's some moments when I was like, okay, I'm interested. And then like big picture, I will also say and then we have to get to LaToya's scary ranking. We do have one.
Yeah.
But let me just say that like big picture, I've been saying for a while, like, I don't understand, like Scully is holding a fucking alien baby in her hands. Like, how is she going to be this like ongoing skeptic? And this two-parter, I think, gives us the very large answer of how. That it's sort of like government uses aliens as cover-up for something else, or are there really aliens? Which I find like a believable skeptic believer. Like that makes sense to me. So
yeah.
I'm going to give the show some credit there. I like what they did there. But tell us, is it scary?
Well, Special Agent LaToya Ferguson says that Nisei's scary rating is 1 out of 5 State Departments breathing down my neck. Reminder, 1 is the default out of 5. Not even going to give the episode the typical Chris Carter bump, LaToya writes, which I'll attribute to Spotnitz and Gordon managing to cancel it out. But yeah, I think I've made my thoughts on the mythology episodes and their lack of scares pretty clear.
Yeah. These aren't intended to be scary. They're not scary. They are suspenseful. If you're, me at least, I was suspensed.
Yeah, I mean, I think I guess we've talked about this to some degree, but it's really hitting thinking about these 2 episodes where I'm like, this show is 2 shows. Like if you think about a show like Buffy, you've got your sort of season arcs and then your series arc, and they're bringing in like the tapestry of the show includes threads from both the larger arcs and the like sort of Monster of the Weeky episodes, and manages to weave them together in a way that feels very like cohesive, and both things are interesting.
Yeah.
To me, and this show I feel like
it's really doing one or the other.
Mileage may vary on Myth Arc eps. Monster of the Week episodes usually more of a sure thing, though not entirely sure.
Yeah, and I think, I've seen a little bit of weaving happening in the past couple episodes, or maybe in the upcoming couple episodes, because I've watched ahead now, but I think like that's probably one of my major issues is if we're gonna say that like the heart of the X-Files is aliens, are they real? Or now, are they actually like a fun, sparkly distraction from really horrible shit that the government is doing? Like, that's
white shoes, honestly.
Like, right. Or why not both? Like, have that at least have a bit of a beat or a moment or something. Just have it be like the thread that runs through everything. So even if we're in the woods looking for, Bigfoot, we're like there's still something there. Or because I think what Buffy does too is Buffy maybe isn't carrying like the big bad through completely. We've had episodes where we're like, okay, Angelus was here, but like, should he have been? Because that was kind of silly. But like, even if the big bad or like the major plot isn't carried through, the relationships are like keeping you tethered to you feel like you're moving forward in time, and all the things that have happened before still exist in the timeline, whereas the X-Files really feels like you're in this episode and this is happening now, and then you're in this episode and this is happening now. And the episodes that I enjoy carry that, where I'm like, oh, I know these guys, and like, I remember them from before. There's some bigger LaToya notes from these episodes that I thought maybe I could start us with.
Sure.
So, first of all, Nisei is the episode from Monsters of the Week, the book, the Emily St. James book, where Emily St. James gave the review subheading, quote, "in which the mythology almost seems like it will make sense at some point."
So close.
Yeah. Latoya also says, and I would like to talk to you about this, I'm sure, as the episode goes on, but this two-parter also lands at the usual conclusion that the American government is horrible and doing terrible things to Americans and human beings and maybe aliens all over the world. So Mulder and Scully should totally keep working for said government because maybe next time it'll be different. ...
They're trying to change the system from the inside.
From the inside. And then last but not least, this is a two-parter, but not really. As noted by everyone involved in the show, it wasn't originally written as a two-parter. They backdoored their way into a two-parter after writing this episode. Latoya says, knowing that isn't the reason I found myself far less intrigued by 731 than Nisei, but it does explain why, even though it's a literal continuation of the previous episode, it doesn't feel as one piece as a true two-parter would. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that 731 was sort of like not tagged on. Obviously, we have like Mulder Mission Impossibling on the train at the end of Nisei and in the beginning. So there's like a connective tissue, but it does feel now that I know, I'm like, oh yeah, like if you knew you were going to make this two-parter, you probably would have saved some of the bits that are in Nisei for 731. You know what I mean? Like divided a bit differently.
Yeah.
So $29.95, Jenny. A bargain.
That is a bargain. I just want to flag a couple things before we get to Mulder's latest order by mail VHS cassette.
Not your usual form of entertainment, says Scully.
You know, and I was thinking, because Mulder, we know, famously loves porn and has a vast library. But here he is. She walks in on him watching an autopsy. Do you think there's any part of Scully that's like, ooh?
Maybe we could watch one together sometime.
Yes, exactly. Or is she more like, everyone's getting to do an autopsy but me?
Yeah, she said, when's my turn?
You know, and wouldn't an alien autopsy, getting to perform an alien autopsy would really be the kind of the sweet spot.
Yes.
The Venn diagram between these two
something
people.
For
so let's
him,
pray for
something
that.
for her.
Yes, totally. Before we get there, when we're introduced to the train situation, I just want to flag two things.
Okay.
All these kids waiting for the train to pass got their jackets and backpacks in the Scully's parka from Darkness Falls section of the department store. They are all in that sort of purple teal fuchsia.
Yeah.
Are we calling it? Kind of like bouquet.
Yes, like we're in the 90s, but we remember the 80s is the vibe.
Yes. Yeah. And also I was thinking when they just like left this train car here, I was like, is this the TSA's like worst fear? They're like, don't leave your luggage unattended at the airport because there might be an alien human hybrid and or a bomb inside.
Right. And a bomb. Oh my God.
Okay. The autopsy vid.
I do like, I'm just really trying to let you know when I like things.
Yay.
I really like the train cars dropped off and this stuff starts happening, but then we sort of like get the interior by watching the $29.95 video that Mulder has. Like that's fun. That's like a good device to give us the intel that we need and make it like fun and believable and like see how Scully and Mulder are seeing it as well. Blah, 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 blah. So Japanese men from like a bunch of cars get to the train car. A Japanese man leaves the train car and all the doctors, scientists, whatever, go in and they operate on an alien, I assume immediately because it has green blood. Immediately Scully makes fun of me by saying, oh, you think it's an alien because it has green blood? I was like, oh, rude, Scully. That's what I wrote in my notes.
It's actually widely held that aliens don't have blood. By whom? Is it widely held?
Yeah, what do they have? But then, in case you were in any kind of doubt, they zip up the bag over. We don't see it on the tape, right? But we see it in the train car that they zip up the bag over what appears to be an alien. Now, no one can tell, but it looks like an alien to me, but perhaps it's not. I don't know. There's a really fun fox drag in the show.
Oh, yeah.
With Mulder being like, hey, this $29.95 video is way more believable than that like hokey special that aired on Fox. And Jenny, I read, and I don't know, but I don't know if this is true, but I imagine it is. This was in the fan wiki. Scully's joke about the hokey alien autopsy special, that this is real. It was running on Fox. I actually watched some of it on YouTube just to be like, what were we doing? What was happening? But Scully's joke about this special on Fox turned out to be, they say ironic, I think just more hilarious, because Fox repeated the special the following night, and they even aired some promotional spots for the special during the original telecast. I pray that this is true, because that is fucking epically funny. Like, that is incredible if that's true.
The name of this film aired on August 28th, 1995 is Alien Autopsy, Fact or Fiction, and it was hosted by none other than Jonathan Frakes. What a thrill.
Who's that?
Well, he played Riker on Star Trek The Next Generation, and you've probably seen many supercuts of him saying, it's fiction. We made it up. That one is fake. It's all lies.
Fun. It seemed like what I watched on YouTube, if this was like the legit thing that they were airing, it was like kind of upset. I found it upsetting. Like I
certainly wouldn't want to watch a video of anyone's autopsy.
But doesn't that seem, I don't know, standards and practices, whatever, but like watching an autopsy of anything, I mean, like, by the fact that it was aired, you would automatically assume it was fiction, because if it was real, I just can't imagine that they would be permitted to air something like that.
It's just
on
so
a cable network,
ghoulish. Fox is not cable.
Or what do you call it when it's not cable?
Network television.
Network television. Yeah. So anyway, but a very funny bit. And I don't recommend watching the alien autopsy video, whether it be fact or fiction. It's well known now that it was 100% fiction, by the way.
It was fake.
We made it up. Real fake. All right.
Kristin.
Let's go to Allentown, yeah?
Allentown.
You've heard
of course this video came from Allentown. Rat Tail Productions.
Rat Tail Productions really got me.
Do you think underneath, and I'm so sorry, R.I.P., but do you think underneath the pillowcase this film mogul has a rat tail hairstyle?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Do you feel like this is just not a very discreet way to get someone out of the picture?
Yeah, I don't really understand. It's really graphic. There are moments that are extremely graphic and upsetting to me in both of these episodes. This is like almost there, but he has a pillowcase over his head. His hands are tied behind his back. It just feels like the intention is just simply to get rid of anyone who knows of the existence of this thing, right? So why are we like it just seems like he was like
what was the purpose? Like were you questioning?
Right, like torture and questioning seems to be implied by like the way in which he is like tied up and has a bag over his head.
Is it like, give me a list of everyone who ordered your video cassette?
And like I feel like not that
a list of one address. Fox Mulder.
Yeah.
J. Edgar Hoover building. Basement.
Not that I'm like an expert in kidnapping or murdering, but I just feel like usually if there's a bag over someone's head, it's because you've moved them to a different location. You know what I mean? Like why else?
Why would you put a bag over their head to move them to a different location? Because of Weekend at Bernie's kind of thing?
Well, no, like if you don't want them to know where they are, like.
Oh, well, they're still alive. I see.
Well, they're still alive. Exactly.
Yeah, we definitely did not move this man from.
He's in his own bedroom. So.
Who let the rat out?
So anyway, R.I.P. to the CEO and sole employee, I believe, of Rat Tail Productions.
Kristin, I've got some great news for you.
Oh, tell me.
Scully says the body's still warm. I ruined my search history, so you wouldn't have to.
Thanks.
To discover a human body. So this is actually not as pressing as we are led to believe. A human body generally stays warm for about 12 to 24 hours after death.
Oh, so it could have...
Luckily, luckily,
Luckily, scurrying
the assassin
below.
is just right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this chase scene, I wrote in my notes at one point, and I feel it's applicable to the entirety of the 2-part episode. It's Darren Morgan who writes all the episodes where Mulder gets dragged and made fun of, right?
Correct.
Darren Morgan is so upset for this entire 2-parter because Mulder is legit like just getting to do all of the chases and the jumps, and he's on the train, and he's like, I just feel like the entire thing is just like, Mulder is so cool. And honestly,
Yeah.
I have way more fun when Mulder is not cool.
Except he looks so amazing. Like, his hair, as we've noted, is flourishing.
Yeah,
it has
it
been, fertilized and is in full bloom. He's wearing a great leather jacket, and he's just like running around all the time. Yes.
Yeah,
please. Okay.
sure. But I just like, again.
No, I know. It's more fun.
And I think, again, to the point of continuity, it's hard to, like, we know that Angelus is evil and kills and blah, 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 blah. And Angel, like, I just feel like there's a continuity of character. And so, like, I'm fine with Mulder being someone who can jump on top of a train and do really cool shit and also be someone who we make fun of. But I would like for him to carry both of those things at the same time. And
yeah, well, he did fumble his phone and lose it. Does that do anything for you?
Later, he's like, Scully can't hear you. Click. So I believe, like, yeah, he fumbled it.
More on that when we get there,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
Okay, so he goes to chat with the lone gunman.
Well, wait.
And-
He chases.
Oh.
He does this chase. He chases the guy to get the briefcase.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which, like,
Sure.
fine. But, like, I think the important part is just to bring in the Japanese are central to the 2-parter. And right from the jump, LaToya does note it's the most tasteful racist application of a pan flute that she has seen. But there's a lot of things happening here. We'll talk a little bit more about some of them in the second part. But they immediately have this Japanese man doing, like, karate to knock the gun out of Mulder's hand. Like, these are supposed to be scientists. And not that you can't be a scientist who knows karate, but just like putting a little flag up here for our Japanese central figures written by Chris Carter and some other folks who are decidedly not Japanese. And I would like to give Mulder a shout out because he has not one but 2 guns. He's ready. For gun number 1 kicked to the side, he's got a second gun. So he gets this guy. Now we can go. No, we can't even go to...
We can't, because he's a high-ranking Japanese diplomat and can't be held, says Skinner.
Skinner, that's why we can't, is because I would just like to give a very, very nice round of applause to a beacon in the night, says Mulder, as Skinner's shiny head comes through the door. Beautiful. And yes, he's a high-ranking diplomat, blah, 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 blah. Mulder kept the briefcase.
Yes. Okay, so Mulder is heading to what is noted location-wise in the lower left as the lone gunman's office, Washington, D.C. And LaToya adds, "Ma'am, this is somebody's mother's basement." And Mulder clearly respects that fact. Thus, the mock turtleneck he's wearing in this scene. Amazing. Okay.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Speaking of what people are wearing at the lone gunman's hard quote office, why is Frohickey wearing a furry vest that he got at, like, Contempo Casuals?
Ooh, Contempo Casuals. Remember her?
Wet Seal?
No, Wet Seal would
Deb?
not have this item.
It's really wild. What is he wearing?
I don't know, but
why?
I like it. I like how versatile.
I'm not mad. I just want answers.
Frohickey really, like, I feel like Frohickey never left the phase of, like, teenagehood where you're just trying some things on, you know? Like, how does being goth make me feel, you know?
Okay.
How does a couple episodes ago, how does wearing a leather jacket make me feel, you know? How does this furry vest make me feel?
Okay.
What I was going to say is that I really understand why The Lone Gunman got a spinoff, which, you know, I don't know that it was good, but I really have a good time with the dynamic of the three of them and the three of them plus Mulder. Like, it's a very fun thing, and we're starting to get more of it. I hope we continue to get more of it because it's one of the elements of the show that I like a lot.
Wow. I wonder where you fall in the majority versus minority with that, because I feel like they really work in the context of the show, but if I were running television in the mid-90s, I don't think I would have been like, and these guys need their own show. But X-Files was like exploding. Yeah. So you got to do I mean, you don't have to do anything, but it might
if you
make
want
sense
to get more
expand.
Money, yeah.
Oh my gosh, and you know how I feel about more money.
You would have said yes. You would have said more money? I don't know. I feel like it's a good avenue to be like, oh, this is like fun and can be like a little bit less serious than the X-Files is trying to be. But regardless, there's a boat, by the way. There's a boat. They're looking at pictures, and one of the boats seems to actually not go to where it said it was going to go. Instead, it went to Virginia. And the guy with the briefcase who did karate, he's murdered by a guy who he's called Red-Haired Man in the script.
Fake news.
He doesn't.
Or the way that the show has been mastered or remastered, like, is not really, the color grading is not making his red hair pop.
I mean,
this guy, what they should have named him is the guy with that face.
Yeah, I call him creepy white guy. 100% of the time, he's creepy white guy. Okay. Now, I don't think that I mentioned that after they find the briefcase, Jenny, and then they, now, Mulder's with the lone gunman. Why is that? Because he was like, Scully, why don't you stay here and do some investigating? I'm going to go back to DC. He just straight up leaves her to do this work. And
he said to do it, he was going to go be a good boy per Daddy Skinner's directive.
Yeah, sure. Regardless.
Kristin, how many times has this happened to you? You roll up to a random house in the suburbs. You knock on the door. A couple ladies answer. They stare at you and they're like, OMG, she is one.
Can we hear this? Because this is cool.
My name is Dana Scully. I know you. No, I think you must be mistaken.
We saw you. Penny, come here.
I'm afraid I'm not who you think I am.
Oh my God. She's one.
One what?
One of us.
Now, this is why I was like, yes, in, sold, 100%, give me more of this.
Legitimately chilling and wild.
Yeah. They go a little hard later. There's a moment when so let's just talk about it, right? These women have also been abducted or taken or whatever you want to call it. And we don't really know at this point what the fuck happened and if it was aliens or scientists or both, whatever. They have been taken so many times that their memories are enough to remember that they've seen Scully also, which is kind of confusing because it seems like they're taken into isolated train cars and not together, but whatever. They remember her and she doesn't remember them yet because she's only been taken one time. There's a moment when they all hold up their chips where I'm like, you are trying to be a horror movie right now.
Yeah. Also, do you all just bring them to the meeting every time?
Also, everyone just has them
with you
taken out? Isn't that an issue?
Also, yeah. And also, don't they contain like tracking? Wouldn't you want to get those just as far away from you as possible?
Some questions. But the idea that, and they're all women. Like there should be something noted by the fact that they're all women. There's Scully as she starts like getting some of these memories back, which we've seen this before, but appears to be pregnant or, I don't know if you call it pregnant if you're not carrying a human child. I don't know. But she appears to be carrying something in her uterus. And all of the scientists that we've seen thus far are men. So there's also like a really, really dark element there. Is it's not just like abduction and like this chip that might read your mind or control your memories or whatever. There's also this like reproductive violence that is happening allegedly. So creepy.
Okay, I do like the idea that the men who do the tests wipe our memories, but they seep back over time. I like that idea.
Me too.
And then they have the gall to ask Scully, do you know about regression hypnosis? Scully says, ha, hold my boyfriend. I've forgotten more about regression hypnosis than all of you know together, so much so that I need to go back to regression hypnosis to remember everything I've forgotten about it.
I have written in my notes, Jenny, that the woman who tells her that they were all afraid to remember at first absolutely tried to take Gillian Anderson on a date after this. 100%. Just you go watch how she tells Scully this. I was like, oh, this lady has a second agenda. She's like, I will be an actor in the show, and I will also try to date Gillian Anderson later. And you know what? Respect.
Okay, I have to go back and review the tape.
Boats is my location for...
I forgot, while you were like listing all of the Mission Impossible-y things Mulder does, I forgot he jumps off a boat perfectly timed with a boat horn so that all of these armed soldiers, magically don't hear him and don't see him swimming away. Ridiculous.
I can't. Mulder running around within 3 feet of people who are allegedly trained professionals looking for someone, and he's just like beep beep boop, boop in the background, boop boop boop, like hiding behind a pole. Like I just can't. He's like legit hiding behind the like rescue boat, which is probably like if you put me on a ship and said go find someone they're hiding, like that would be like the first place I would look for somebody is inside the little ship, and he wasn't even in it. He was behind it. Oh, God. No. Anyway, he dives into the water and no one finds him. This is I don't even care about this ship, to be quite honest with you. It's called the
Talapis?
Talapis.
I do like the idea that if you have a jacket on a ship, it's going to have the name of the ship on the inside. Like, I like the sort of like brand strong.
Yeah.
I live near, there we go. I live near a naval base where submarines come to get like serviced, and they'll be there for like months or like maybe even a year or more, like getting refitted and whatever.
Yeah.
And all of the ships have names, obviously, and all of the subs have names. And they like make merch for each sub. So if you're working on,
that's cool,
I think the Texan or whatever, like you can get like a little hat which is different than what we're talking about, I guess, but maybe that's where it started.
I think
and there's something, I don't know, there's something like appealing about like, you know, your place in the world. You look inside of your jacket, it says Talapis, or it says Randy Giles.
I'm sure that there's like some kind of psychology too behind it. Like, you know, when you think about a submarine or a Navy ship or what have you, like people are living there a lot. They are there for a long time on these subs, on these ships and what have you. And so like making it more than just like a random boat and giving it something like whether it's done intentionally to help like foster that or if it happens organically because like you want to form like familial comfort in the place that you spend your time, like there's got to be something there.
I noticed that the interior where Mulder's first searching aboard the Talapis is painted a color that is in the umbrella family of, Kristin, have you heard of it? Millennial green. They're coming for our greens, Kristin.
What does that mean? I don't even remember the color. Is this all of this millennial green behind me?
Well, what's really frustrating is that millennial green just like encompasses sort of like earthy, like like a scope of earthy greens.
I'm like wearing earthy green headphones and surrounded by earthy green filing cabinets. So.
And I guess that's proof that they nailed us. They got us good.
They really did. I feel like creeped out. Like you said it and I like looked at myself and was like, I am surrounded.
You were like, coming this summer from A24. Zoom.
Oh, God.
It's already in the house. Is this fun? Is this podcasting? How are we doing?
Yeah, this is podcasting. All right. So what? Skinner's mad? I don't even know how we got to Skinner, but I guess after Mulder's little boat
Skinner
antics.
doing his best Nate Jacobs in Mulder's apartment.
Oh, yeah,
Mulder comes
right.
home and finds the initiative and then is like, well, guess I'm going to go home. Goes back to his apartment. It's been tossed. And then after it got tossed, Skinner came in, so bummed to have missed the tossing party that he decided to sit in the dark and wait until Mulder gets there.
This is not the first time Skinner has sat. And do you think Skinner has some home issues? He's just like, you know what? Mulder's apartment is empty. I can get away from like whatever's going on at my house and just like chill.
Do you feel like Skinner has like a marriage that's falling apart?
Maybe. I don't think that.
Scan for wedding ring.
It seems like Skinner is misunderstood by his wife, you know? Like, I think that he needs more. And I know quite a few people who would be willing to give that to him. And one of them might be the apartment in which he's... Well, not the apartment, but one of them might be the renter of the apartment that he's sitting in.
Oh, right. Would it be a spoiler if I told you Skinner's marital status?
No, tell me.
Skinner is married. Walter Skinner is married to Sharon Skinner.
Okay, Skinner aside, he's mad. Dad is mad. And Mulder's on his own with this one. So, of course, Mulder's like, okay, my actual dad is dead. Skinner dad is not going to help me out. Mr. X, surely he would never help me. Long pregnant pause. So let me go to Daddy Matheson. Senator Matheson.
Really, really senatoring out in those suspenders. I've never seen such senatorial suspenders in my life.
Every time someone says something vague and annoying, I imagine Chris Carter with the pen in his hand. You know, like
licking the quill, like the nib of his fountain pen, as you've seen me do many times.
Like Mulder asking a direct question and Senator Matheson being like, "Monsters begetting monsters." I'm like, go on and fuck yourself. Get out of here.
The only place I've ever heard of any begetting or begatting, the Bible.
The Bible. Okay, so Scully gets back and is like, hey, all these fucking ladies knew who the fuck I was, and they also have chips. And Mulder is like, let's not freak out. Let's not.
I don't think you should freak out until we find out what this thing is. First of all, who are you? And what have you done with Special Agent Fox Mulder? There's nothing... Only his conspiracies and paranoia and immediate concerns. Where is the partnership?
I am going to spoil a little bit and tell you that this is the beginning of my growing rage at Fox Mulder and it doesn't even make any sense, right? If you want somebody to believe in aliens, you're going to feed this, right? Like,
yep.
Get her, continue to freak her out. Yeah, there's fucking aliens. Oh my God. Let's not blow things out of proportion. This man, I'm going to tell you, if you are watching for the first time like me, several times in the next upcoming episodes, will do this shit where you're like, dude, you are asking her to believe you on everything. And she finally is bringing something to you that like she wants to believe in and you're just dismissing it. I'm mad at him. I'll tell you that.
Do his hot little glasses do anything to counteract?
I almost said no, and then I remembered them, and I was like, a little bit.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Also, Scully's like, I've seen that guy. And Mulder's like, no, babe, he's been dead since 65. Like, suddenly it's not possible that maybe he isn't. I just, by the way, he isn't dead. He was in the fucking video. And Mulder, suck a dick. We started with this clip. We opened with this clip. Not the clip of me saying suck a dick, but you know what? We could have opened with that. Mulder, Scully, after all you've seen, after all you've told me, you've seen the tunnel with medical files, the things moving past you, the implant in your neck. Why do you refuse to believe? She says, believing is the easy part, Mulder. I just need more than you. I need proof. Mulder, you think believing is easy? Honestly, yes, I do, Mulder, think believing is very easy for you. You make it seem very easy. You do it very readily all the time, unless it's from Scully, and then it's very difficult for you.
I need proof. Put it on her tombstone.
I need proof, says the Catholic says the Catholic character in the show.
She also says right before that, murdered for what? Murdered by whom? The two genders. I submit.
Which one are you?
I'm murdered by whom?
Oh, good, because I'm murdered by what? For sure.
Perfect.
Okay, so at the FBI, Scully begins what at least is going to be a two episode running bit with this guy who is the expert at computer chips or whatever.
Yeah, let's call him Lab Coat.
Lab Coat, okay. Lab Coat is like, hey, blah, blah, blah density, blah, blah, blah cerebral cortex. And Scully is like, nope, cerebral cortex. Leave my cerebral cortex out of this, please. Agree.
Totally.
At the train tracks, Mulder is fucking running around, but no one can see him once again. He's looking through his tiny binoculars. And then the Japanese men take an alien in a suit to a train car.
With a convenient, clear face panel so we can see his big ol' eyes.
I don't know if you remember, Jenny, but at the beginning of this episode, there was a video cassette. It was $29.95. And the characters of Mulder and Scully discussed how it was more believable because you saw less. Take a note, guys.
Yeah, it's giving Signs. Did you ever see M. Night Shyamalan's Signs?
Yes. Or at
the
least I've
second
seen
you see
enough.
the alien,
Yeah.
so early, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. Don't show us.
I'm more into the Shyamalan filmography than a lot of people. But I'm out on Signs. Okay.
Another podcast. M. Night Shyamalan. Nope, I couldn't do it. I wanted to think of it.
Yeah,
I was trying to get your name in there.
Oh, yeah, you'd think.
Jenny Night
But no.
Shyamalan.
Nope.
No, I'm just going to leave it. At the bus station, the creepy white dude kills another Japanese dude. By the way, there are just going to be white dudes killing Japanese dudes for the entirety of this two-parter.
Unsubscribe.
Agree. Mulder just misses his train, but that's great news for everyone because he's going to get to jump on it in just a second. Then, confusing all of us, Mr. X, who doesn't want to have anything to do with this, is just arriving at Scully's place to be like, hey, can you call that guy, Mulder? Did you tell him not to get on that train? He should not get on that train.
Let it go. I can't. Jumps on the train. Loses his phone.
To be continued.
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, you can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
This summer, serve up the Cookout Classics, Heinz Ketchup, and Kraft Singles. Every good burger needs a layer of perfectly melty cheese and thick, rich ketchup. We all know it's not a cookout without Heinz and Kraft. If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood. so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, so Jenny, why don't you tell us who wrote 731?
Yes. 731 was written by Frank Spotnitz, directed by Rob Bowman, and originally aired on December 1st, 1995.
This is the one where Mulder is trapped on a train carriage with a ticking bomb and a killer who claims to be an NSA agent. What does LaToya say about the scary rating? You probably guessed it.
LaToya's scary rating for this episode is 1 out of 5 limits to my knowledge. There it is. Another Myth Arc episode.
I do
Another
promise.
Unscared LaToya.
Yes, I do promise to update. I've stopped keeping track of the flashlights and the other things we were keeping track of in our first 2 seasons because you know what? There were so many times when I was like, fuck, I forgot to fucking keep track and now I don't know. So I'm not keeping track of that anymore. But I am going to update the scary rankings as soon as I have the complete list up to now. Okay. So that will be there for
Beautiful.
you guys. Also, I don't know if anybody
Kristin.
cares, but I've started ranking. I have my own ranking system. Do you want to hear about it?
Oh, and what is it? Yeah.
Okay. So my ranking system, it has only begun with the walk, but I will tell you about it. It is there are 4 tiers of ranking. Nope. Nope means I'm bored. These are the things I hate about the X-Files. I'd choose to just skip it.
Okay, got it.
Slightly step up from that is meh. I am mildly interested. I have rolled my eyes, but I have some thoughts.
Okay.
Third up, okay, yeah. Interested, looking forward to watching again. And then, top of the heap, hell yes. This is what I wanted all along.
Okay, so from the bottom up, it's nope, meh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
then
hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Yeah, it gets
Hell
a full yes.
Okay, yeah. Meh, nope.
Yep. And so, looking back, the walk got a hard nope. Oubliette got okay, yeah. And then Nisei got okay, yeah, with a dash of hell yes. 731, okay, yeah, with a dash of meh.
Yeah, that feels right.
And I'm happy to continue to tell you about those as we go forward. It looks like I did up to Piper Maru so far.
Thrilling. Okay, this is also the one where the end of the credits has a different phrase.
Apology.
Trust no one. Apology is policy. It's not really, it doesn't really feel snappy or hefty enough to have warranted this, but here we are.
No, and I really wanted it to be something because the concept reminded me of I was like, oh, is this rooted, is this something that ACT UP and the AIDS crisis in the late 80s, early 90s, maybe there's some history here that's informing this. And when I Googled apology as policy, it was all X-Files. And I was like, man, it would have been cool if there was some phrase that they used that
some other precedent.
Yeah.
No, Chris Carter said,
I can do it better. He said.
The best is the bard, step aside. Kristin, did you scream when Scully... She got cut off, but she tried to call X a smug, parentheses, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I did. I have in exclamation points. Scully calls Mr. X a smug son of a, exclamation. Very exciting. Yeah. Before we get to that delight, I want to say that before the credits, this is really disturbing shit. There's right.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to spend too much time on it, but I do think that it should be said that we are at one of the locations is the Hansen's Disease Research Facility. That is a real Hansen is the dude who discovered what named the bacteria or I don't know if it's a bacteria, but whatever causes leprosy, Hansen is a real name, which is why later Scully recognizes the name. She is a medical doctor, in case you've forgotten. So she immediately recognizes Hansen as attached to leprosy. But we know 2 things before the credits about this location. One is that there are people hiding underneath the floorboards, and 2, that some kind of dudes in tactical gear roll up and take everyone else who was not hiding. And there's a firing squad and they're all killed. It's really like, I know that I'm signed up for like a show that's about really fucked up shit that the government does, but I, again, just feel very jarred when something like this is shown on screen and we're like, credits. Like, what? Credits?
Yeah, that's some really, really disturbing imagery with obviously some like very readily accessible connotations in our mind.
Yes. Yeah. And maybe this is like a good moment to read one of LaToya's notes that I think is really important. So LaToya says, honestly, I get the emotions that the show wants me to feel about this situation, but all I could think is that considering this two-parter began with nefarious Japanese speaking and nefarious Japanese autopsying and those Japanese people getting gunned down by American military and then assassinated by an American government agent, yet still being portrayed as the villains and antagonists of the piece. Of course, the show continues on by putting white people into death camps and having Japanese persecute white people. If you know literally anything about our history, you understand the complete not juxtaposition, but reversal of that story. And it's just messed up. And even without that, this is dark and not something that you want to see.
Yeah. It's times like this when I wish we were just a Widow's Bay podcast.
Yeah, right? Oh, maybe one day, Jenny. You know, Widow's Bay will have a season 2, and then we can rewatch season 1.
That's true.
Okay. Mulder casually on top of the train. Darren Morgan is so mad. My notes.
Yeah, I just feel like, what do you think the odds are that if you jump off an overpass thingy onto a train, you could actually land it?
Very
Not
low.
you specifically, just like a person.
I think very low. Very, very low. I think maybe if you like happen to land in a place where there's something for you to grab hold of and you're quick enough to grab hold of it. But the like idea of jumping to a like flat on a flat surface of a moving train and staying there. Also, like there's light, there's sunlight when Mulder jumps onto the train. He doesn't go into this train till it's nighttime. What the fuck is he doing up there? He's like, this car,
taking in the sights.
Maybe this one? Yeah, he wants to make sure he gets all
he's
of
like, yeah, he's like looking for the first class car.
Hey, I'm from Martha's Vineyard. Where do the people from Martha's Vineyard go?
Oh my God. I can't believe. Sorry, I just was on Martha's Vineyard for the first time ever last week. And I can't believe I wasn't thinking about Fox Mulder while I was there. Let it be known, I was only there because I have friends who live there and they invited me to their house. That's the only way I'm going to Martha's Vineyard.
Okay, Jenny.
Yo.
Enter the best secret agent. They're not secret agents. They're FBI agents. But enter the best agent of any kind so far. The train attendant, who is literally
the conductor?
Was he the conductor? He's just like the guy.
Yeah.
He's not the what do you call
He identifies himself as the conductor.
What does a train conductor do if he's not driving the train? He conducts it?
He's just like in charge.
He's in charge. Okay. He's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
He's waited his whole life for somebody to be like, hold my gun. You know what I mean?
He's a brave little toaster.
By the way, we haven't called on our FBI agent sibling much, but please check in with your FBI agent sibling and find out if it's ever okay to hand an empty gun to a civilian and say, just pretend that it's loaded and pointed at this fucking person on the train. You can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, better that he took the bullets out, though. Like, of those two options, I think he picked the right one. Kristin, I just want to let you know that train conductors manage the safe and efficient operation of a train. Okay. They supervise the crew, coordinate movements with the locomotive engineer who actually drives the train.
Okay.
Manages paperwork, my fave. And ensures adherence to strict railroad safety regulations.
Jenny is literally going to try to apply to become a train conductor after reading that description.
I love it. I love when there's, order to things.
Okay, so Dr. Shirozama is on the train.
AKA Ishimaru.
Did I realize that? Maybe not. But now I know that this is his alias because he was supposedly deceased in 65.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the train. Creepy white dude is on the train. Mulder is finally on the train. And also the train conductor / best secret agent in the world is on the train. Okay.
Yes.
So those are our 4 main players plus the alien, maybe, who's in the train car. Okay. Scully and what do we call him? Lab coat, Mr. Lab coat.
Mr. Labcoat
Are flirting. Well, he's flirting.
He's trying.
He's trying in a way that is endearing, I think.
Yeah. So we learn that her chip has been replicating the memory formation of the brain.
Ugh.
However, it was so delicate that he basically destroyed it by working on it.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
She's really proud of him, and she puts her hand on his hand and says, "Keep up the good work." And he says, "Keep it up yourself."
Amazing.
And then he's so upset with himself. He's like, "I carried a watermelon."
You're stupid. I carried a watermelon. He finds a manufacturer name on the chip. Now, if you were up to no good, but your vanity would not allow you to not put your name on the chip.
Classic villain. Classic villain. It really is.
But yeah, it's like the branding equivalent of a villain monologue.
Exactly. Okay, so Ishimaru / Shirozama walks by a creepy white dude who follows him and kills him with his, what do you call this thing? It's a wire with 2 handles.
It's a garrote.
Ooh,
Yeah?
A garrote. I don't know. You're our weapons expert.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of these because I watched The Sopranos.
Oh, right. I'm going to remember that by
and The Godfather,
thinking you don't want a garrote anywhere near your throat.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, spoilers for The Godfather. This is how Luca Brasi went out.
Oh, do you think it's how they got the horse's head too?
That would require so much strength.
Yeah. Let's not think about it.
Indeed.
All right. Scully has driven alone to this facility in West Virginia, the Hansen facility. Because, by the way, Mr. X told her about it? Is that what happened? How does she even know about it? I don't even remember at this point.
Oh, it's because the manufacturer name on the chip was connected to exactly one shipment in the U.S., which was sent to a Dr. Shirozama in Perky, West Virginia.
Yes.
At this very facility.
Yes, that's
so Scully's like, I'm going to go check it out by myself at night.
Yes. And
at night would be my preferred time.
I know. I will say that if you're going to do anything at night, at a abandoned location, if you want to be sexy while doing it, wear your leather gloves. That's sexy.
Ooh.
That's sexy. Her with those leather gloves. I was like, yep, yeah, I see it. I see.
Oh, okay, noted.
No, yeah. And she, unfortunately, with her leather gloves. You can keep that in. You can let everyone know that I said leather gloves.
Gloves. There's the only thing sexier than leather gloves is definitely leather gloves.
Yeah. You know what? Scully wears leather gloves. Me, I wear leather gloves.
Yeah, and then at what point does the sexiness absolutely blow the roof off this joint? Well, I'll tell you when Riley Finn shows up to pull them off of your fingies so slowly.
Yeah, when leather gloves and fingies are combined, only good things can happen.
And when they're off, what could be revealed other than potentially a salamandy handy?
100%. I was like, I'm not going to take it.
We have a strong brand across many podcasts, across many shows that we talk about. There is a through line.
Yeah, and I mean, if you check out the reviews of our podcast, most people say, I am constantly in awe of how sexy that podcast is. All of their podcasts. Unbelievably sexy. Before we get to Scully discovering the folks who are underneath the floorboards, the folks affected by leprosy, we get Mulder opening the bathroom door to find Dr. Shirozama, who has been killed. A woman with her child walks by and screams, and he says, he's just suffering from a bit of motion sickness. No big deal.
I mean.
Okay, sure.
Kristin, I did a little bit of reading about leprosy because I had not thought about it since probably 1995. because I feel like it was like much like lava,
I agree.
quicksand,
Lava,
a hot topic
leprosy.
in the mid-90s that has sort of like faded, and there's a really good reason for that. It's completely treatable. And did you know this? The bacteria that is like active
Right.
in leprosy multiplies extremely slowly. Symptoms can take 1 to 20 years to appear.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I also did some research on leprosy and learned that. And that there are two kinds. One where you have 5 or fewer lesions, and one where you have more. But yeah, 20 years. What do you think it does in there for 20 years?
Multiplies slowly.
And how do you know
Taking
that?
its time.
Like how as a scientist do you know that like, oh, this person's like laid dormant for 20 years? How do you know when it got in there?
Now that I can't. Oh, maybe it's a sort of working backwards. When were you exposed? You also have to be exposed
and like
for an
it's
extended
hard
period
to
of
get.
time.
It's like not very contagious, which is also another like, you know, misunderstanding of leprosy is that like the reason that there were quote leper colonies where they would send folks affected with leprosy to all be together and away from the general populace was because of this misunderstanding that it was highly contagious when in actuality it takes a good amount to transmit this from person to person. Like you can't, it's not sexually transmitted. You know, you really have to do some stuff. I love the idea of us not being scientists and trying to talk about science because I just think we do such a great job, you know. It's really hard to do, guys. I don't even know how you do it, but you just got to try really hard.
We salute you, scientists.
Yeah, that's why we are not scientists. This is not like the mushroom situation on The Last of Us. That's real contagious.
That's the sort of opposite, I would say.
One
the
bite.
Polar opposite end of the
Bacterial spectrum.
contagion,
spectrum.
contagiousness spectrum.
You can tell that we're trying to have a good time with what is not a good time at all because actually the main guy, the guy who's explaining to Scully that, oh yeah, Dr. Zama, he was here. He and all of the rest of the medical staff left right before the death squads started coming.
Dude.
He brings her to the mass grave to show her this, and she is obviously horrified. And then a helicopter is sort of like scanning the woods. She's surrounded. We hear a gunshot go off. We know that they have killed this man. Please note LaToya's earlier reference to the fact that this is, you know, a bit of a reversal in many ways. But Scully, they do not kill because she's an FBI agent.
Guess so.
I feel like there's a lot of times when Mulder and Scully would have probably just been killed because they know the thing that all the other people are getting killed for.
Yeah. Well, what are they like? Oh, they're on the payroll. Oh, we really like their contributions to our annual white elephant gift swap.
They're like, oh, but she's wearing leather gloves.
Building.
All right. Agent train guy goes to seal off the bathroom and tell the conductor not to stop the train until this is speed, okay? Don't stop the bus. You cannot stop the bus, otherwise the bomb will go off. Where is Sandra Bullock? Let me see her. Is she on the train?
Well, it's not actually that the bomb will go off. It's that he wants to find.
I know, but like in speed, it's
the
that
red-haired
bomb
man
will go off.
Oh, right. Okay. My question is, how does Mulder recover so quickly from getting garroted?
Well, he's only partially garroted. You know what I mean?
No, it's just like God.
It just nicks him. It's like a really bad shaving cut.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, creepy white guy partially garrotes Mulder in the train car with the alien/human test subject. No one knows. Train agent uses his empty gun to fucking make creepy white guy back off and not fully garrote Mulder.
Wow.
Good job. A hero.
Well done, conductor.
Do you think that anyone ever told the conductor what eventually happened? Because, like, imagine being him. You did all this work and then you drop off the train car and, like, you never know what happened to FBI agent Mulder or NSA, in hard quotes, agent creepy white guy.
Yeah. And probably this guy's, like, getting NDA'd up the wazoo.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, this guy probably got killed. Everybody else gets killed. Why not?
Well,
this guy
yeah, the
too?
way they operate.
But regardless, the train agent shuts the door, which, like, I understand why he did it. You know, like, you got to contain the situation. How are you going to do it? You close the door. But then, of course, we learn there's a bomb on the train car. No one knows how it's going to get set off. And they can't get out of the train car because creepy white guy had the code to get in. But what if putting that same code to get out is what sets the bomb off? Creepy white guy, honestly, standing ovation for saying, I don't know, in 400 different intonations. I was like, you know what? He has the line, I don't know, so many times, and he does it really well.
I guess that's something.
That's something. I felt like he did a good job making me wonder if I should believe him or not, which was kind of the whole deal.
Yeah.
And I think I should have believed him. Like, I think that most of what we find out that, like, all of the stuff about the bomb was true. He's eventually killed, so I don't know about the rest of it. But, you know, I feel like most of what he was saying was legit. But he wasn't an NSA agent?
Maybe we'll find out in the future.
Maybe we will. Okay. There's another new guy with Scully now.
He's actually not new. We've seen him before. He's the first elder, and he is a member of the Syndicate.
Okay,
We've seen him in
Okay.
those tufted leather chairs surrounded by thick, rich, velvety drapes.
I thought he looked familiar.
Dark mahogany.
I thought he looked
desks.
familiar, but then I couldn't find... I didn't know his name was the Elder to LaToya's notes. What the fuck is up with the naming in this show?
One guess, Kristin.
Does it rhyme with Bliss Barter?
It does.
Okay, so this guy from the Syndicate is with Scully, and this is where the big, like, twist of it all happens, where he's like, also, by the way, everyone keeps using her sister as, like, a means to manipulate her. Like, everyone.
Rude.
Mr. X did it. Fucking Elder does it. All of them are like, hey, by the way, also, remember how your sister's dead? Don't you want to learn about that? Let us tell you about that. Like, fuck off. Nobody's using Mulder's sister to do anything.
Yeah, a lot of salt in the wound in the name of manipulating Scully to do what they want.
So the Elder is basically like, listen, Zama exposed people to terrible things. Like, these experiments were happening in Japan, and, like, he came to the United States but continued the experiments. And the human/victim in the train car is infected with this highly contagious, highly deadly disease. And that's what's happening. And all the alien stuff is a smokescreen, and you need to fucking call your boyfriend. Call your boyfriend. Tell him it's not an alien. So she calls him.
On creepy white guy's phone.
Yeah, so the Elder has the number for creepy white guy, which would lead us to believe that...
Tally in the yes, he's NSA, possibly.
Right,
maybe.
right.
Or just works for the
At the
Syndicate.
very least, in cahoots.
In cahoots. The way Mulder pretends the call is dropping.
Oh my God, I can't.
When
Scully?
he doesn't want to do what Scully wants him to do.
He's basically like, Scully?
I can't hear you. Here, right, in, up.
All right, so Scully, before he does that, she says, it's not what you think. It's not an alien. This is where they brought me. She's in another train car with the Elder, right? This is where
These people do all their business in train cars.
I mean, honestly, I was like, damn, this is kind of interesting. Like, what a great location to do things. Mobile, pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
What else is happening in train
Private.
cars? Very private. No windows if you want it that way. This is where they brought me. The women also remember. And then I would like to play this sound clip of basically the rest of the call, apart from the bomb stuff, which we'll talk about before Mulder pretends that the line is breaking up.
What I'm saying, Mulder, is that there is no such thing as alien abduction. It is just a smokescreen happily created by our government to cover up the biggest lie of all.
What about the UFO I saw them working on?
That wasn't a UFO, Mulder. It was a piece of a Russian nuclear sub that was raised. More lies.
How can you be so sure?
Because I have what I told you I needed, Mulder. Proof. 2 weeks ago, the president made a public apology for secret radiation tests that have been conducted on innocent citizens up until 1974. Only guess what?
Those tests never ended.
Mulder, listen to me. You have got to stay out of that train car.
Why?
Because there is a bomb on board.
It could expose thousands to hemorrhagic fever.
I don't want that. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, and I'm not looking it up.
I'm going to guess it's a fever.
I know I don't want it.
What I guess is it's a fever, and then you bleed out of your eyes.
There's hemorrhaging.
Yeah, hemorrhaging, but it definitely is out of your eyes. 100%.
You know, I could totally see that being the case. Wherever, I don't want to hemorrhage from anywhere.
I have hemorrhaged, not to brag.
I don't want to know about it. This is a family podcast.
Sorry, but yeah, I did not have hemorrhagic fever, but I hemorrhaged. Jenny, I hemorrhaged a 2-pound clot. It was pretty powerful.
It does feel like you are actually bragging.
I know, I am. Anyway, well, the bomb has.
Congrats on your clot.
Thank you.
Let me know the date of your clotiversary so I can put it in my calendar.
It's February 14th, 2025. Oh, came out the same day as Sal.
Wow, that'll be easy for me to remember.
Every Valentine's Day, yeah. I joked. Wow. So I knew I was having a C-section when I had Sal, and I joked that it was my bloody Valentine, and then I really had to fucking eat my words on that. I was like, well, I guess I shouldn't have been so blasé. I'm fine, everyone. My hemoglobin has returned to its normal levels. And we
celebrate.
Yeah. And I got to do... Sorry, I'll stop talking about my hemorrhage in 2 seconds, but did you know that I got an iron transfusion or an iron infusion? And when they give that to you, it's through an IV, but it's black. The fluid is black.
Whoa.
Yeah, I felt pretty cool. I was like, this feels
sick.
like I'm in some kind of sci-fi. Yeah.
Really cool. Congrats.
Anyway, Scully is like, hey, just stop the train. We're going to get a bomb squad. Okay, there's a bomb on the train. You see it. It's up in the grate. The NSA agent is like, oh, yep, that's the fucking bomb. I told you there was a fucking bomb. Didn't you listen to me? Mulder's like, because you had a fucking garrote. Why would I listen to anybody who had a garrote, Yeah. Anyway, Scully says, do this. Mulder says, can't hear you. Click.
Okay, then Mulder and Creepy White Guy have a conversation about, what was Zama/Ishimaru, up to. Whoa, breeding super soldiers,
right?
Alien human hybrids who are immune to things that would kill a human, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Scully does a little arts and crafts at Mulder's apartment and tapes an X in the window. Gets results very quickly.
She does everything. She needs him to stay alive. She literally gets to his apartment, calls Matheson, and is like, call me back at this number while she's taping an X on the window and popping the VHS in the thing. She's like, fucking gonna try every method.
How lucky are these fucking people that they just happen to have a close-up of Ishimaru punching the door code in?
Also, why are they at this point, they know that the bomb is on a timer, right? You can see it ticking down. It doesn't seem like there's another trigger for it, but they are just being really careful because it feels like they're...
Well, the red-haired man indicated that it's possible that using the same code on that door to get out as you use to get in might set off the bomb.
So maybe using the wrong code will also set off the bomb.
It feels very yada yada to me.
I will tell you something, Jenny. If I am ever on a train car and there's a bomb and you are ever calling me with the possible code to get out, okay?
Yeah.
I am going to wait until you have the whole code.
The whole one. The whole
thing before I start punching the fucking numbers in.
Yeah, it's amazing that the code didn't expire mid-punch.
Right? Do you know, did it still have the 10133 before you put in that last one? Oy.
He's too slow he's too focused on his code punching to notice that the red-haired man is about to jump him. He gets jumped. He gets bonked, kicked, punched. Red-haired man tries.
Well, hold on. Let me explain to everyone in case they haven't seen the episode that Mulder. So Scully told Mulder to stop the train so that she could get a bomb squad there. He hung up on her, and he decided to tell train conductor to drop off their car. Thank God they were in the last car. It would have taken so much longer if they were in the middle of the fucking train. To drop off their car in an unpopulated area and take the rest of the train away. Which I'm going to just say, Jenny, even if they were bringing in the bomb squad, wouldn't this have also been part of... It seems like this would have been part of the plan, to get the one affected car away from the passengers on the train.
That would be ideal, yeah.
So they drop off the car. So the rest of the train is gone when all of this is unfolding. They are not in a populated area. Should the bomb go off, probably minimal impact. I don't know how far hemorrhagic fever can fly through the air, but, you know, probably they're safer than they would have been. Okay. I just want to make sure everyone understood where we were. Now, creepy guy has attacked Mulder and is like, bye-bye, blam, blam, blam. Who shoots creepy guy?
None but X.
X, who didn't want to be involved this whole time.
He didn't want to be involved, but he's willing to shoot this guy, pick Mulder up, and carry him away from an exploding train car. What?
Jenny, there are 58 seconds left on the bomb, and this guy is like, let me just take one peek. He literally takes some of the time to walk to the back of the car and peek in at this alien person hybrid, yet to be determined and probably won't be for several seasons of the show. Takes a look, throws Mulder over his shoulder, and carries him to safety, and the train explodes. And, like, there's a moment when Scully is at the, like, Hansen facility and talking to, like, the main guy who is then killed. He says to Scully, you know, they treated them like they were garbage. And so I just, like, I feel like it's important that, like, there's so many nuanced, complicated things all throughout the storyline, but there is somebody on this train that explodes, and that somebody was alive, and some horrible shit happened to that somebody who then dies on this train car. That is sort of the concern of the episode, but also, like, kind of not the concern of the episode, which is another, like, really wiggly bit about the X-Files for me, is that,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, like, they're telling these stories that are important and, you know, like, compelling, as disturbing as they are. Like, it is important to investigate these things and to think about these things. But in the end, it's like Mulder was rescued. That's the end beat. And I'm sure we'll do more investigating about these treatments and on and on and on. But there are these atrocities that are happening, and I don't think they're really given their due. So I guess we'll see what happens. And I'll tell you what, we don't revisit this for a while.
Apology has become policy, said Scully aloud.
She did.
It's not quite saying the name of the episode in the episode, but it's close.
I like also cigarette smoking man. So Mulder gets the journals back at the end, and he opens them.
But
and
they're
is like,
different journals.
These are different journals. How does he know? Oh, but he knows.
The handwriting is different.
I
noticed. Yeah.
So, cigarette smoking man, who LaToya put in her notes, really needed a win. Correct.
Yeah. Desperately.
He has obtained these journals instead. Who had the journals last? Like, did the NSA agent guy have them?
It was the conductor had them. Mulder told him to put them someplace safe.
Okay, so they got him.
I'm sure he turned them over, like,
right,
you know,
a good citizen.
Yeah.
So cigarette smoking man allegedly is on the same team as the Elder and Birdman, but also seems to be working on his own. And then Mr. X clearly is not working, is working against those guys. There's a lot of stuff happening, and, like, really, it's just a lot to keep track of, is all I'm saying.
Busy.
But cigarette smoking man is smoking a cigarette, and he's going to know whatever were in those journals. Scully, once again, does not believe, and Mulder is going to have to convince her. But guess what?
Classic.
The next episode, Jenny, it's called Revelations, and I think it's a big Scully episode. And
yeah, maybe Gwendolyn Post will show up.
Yeah, and Gwendolyn Post is there, so it's a crossover.
Incredible. Imagine if Mulder got his fingies in the glove of Minigon. Okay.
No, it's the glove of Minigon, Jenny.
Sorry, the glove of Minigon. My bad. Oh, man, we did it. Kristin, we did it. We talked about 2 more episodes of The X-Files. Let me tell you what. For those of you who may have forgotten since the beginning of the episode, I'm Jenny Owen Youngs. When I'm not watching The X-Files or a bunch of other shows that Kristin and I watch and then yap about, I'm usually making music. Sometimes I'm recording it and releasing it. You can find all of my records, EPs, and singles wherever you stream music or possibly at your local independent music store. You can find me on social media at Jenny Owen Youngs, and you can find me in person live in the flesh this fall. Actually, before this fall, I have a semi-hometown show in Portsmouth, New Hampshire on August 20th. Then September 22nd through October 3rd, I'll be coming up from Decatur, Georgia, up the East Coast, and then hooking over Pittsburgh, Detroit-ish, Chicago-ish. But before that, Philly-ish, New York.
I love the ish.
Cambridge, some South and North Carolina dates, a little Vienna, Virginia action. So please visit jennyowenyoungs.com/tour and find out when I'll be near you and come see me. It would be so cool.
Or you can be me, Kristin Russo, and you can just make Jenny Owen Youngs come to you directly.
For vacation.
For vacation. Yeah. I might not get live music, but, I don't have to travel anywhere to go and see her. She'll come right here.
And isn't that nice?
When I'm not helping Jenny Owen Youngs and family vacation or yapping about various television shows with Jenny Owen Youngs, I am working with and for queer community. You can learn about my work at KristinNoeline.com. That's KristinNoeline. I'm not really on social media anymore, but we are, Jenny. We are.
We sure are. Buffering the Vampire Slayer is our sort of umbrella social situation. At BufferingCast is the username wherever you social. You can also email us at hello@bufferingcast.com.
We have a lot of fun things happening. There's a concert. Jenny's playing. Speaking of concerts, Jenny's going to play a virtual concert of buffering songs for all of our patrons on Saturday, July 18th.
Whoop, whoop.
We are deeper ever into our Xena podcasting journey.
Yes. Kristin is having the time of her life.
Truly.
As my sidekick who walks while I ride a gorgeous Palomino across the Grecian countryside.
I really am having a great time. So come and join us over there and support our work at the same time. It's a win-win.
Win. You can also read our book. Did you know we wrote a book? It's called Slayers, Every One of Us, and it's all about us and Buffy and the podcast, and there are cool pictures, and there's even an audiobook that we both read that features a lot of music from the podcast and some fresh recordings of those songs. So wherever you listen or obtain physical tomes, you can find it. Slayers, Every One of Us by Jenny Owen Youngs, and then in much smaller print, and also Kristin Russo.
It actually says, and also. With special guest, Kristin Russo.
Special guest, yeah. Let me tell you what, this episode was produced by Kristin Russo, Jenny Owen Youngs, and the great and powerful LaToya Ferguson, with support from consultant Mackenzie McDade, and it was edited by Mac Kellerman. And listen, till next time, the status of this X-File is not getting his name because it was too busy getting its ass kicked.
The war is over, and both sides lost. Kingdoms were reduced to cinders, and armies scattered like bones in the dust. Now the survivors claw to what's left of a broken world, praying the darkness chooses someone else tonight. But in the Shadow Dark, the darkness always wins. This is old school adventuring at its most cruel. Your torch ticks down in real time, and when that flame dies, something else rises to finish the job. This is a brutal rules-light nightmare with a story that emerges organically based on the decisions that the characters make. This is what it felt like to play RPGs in the 80s, and man, it is so good to be back. Join the Glass Cannon podcast as we plunge into the Shadow Dark every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/theglasscannon, with the podcast version dropping the next day. See what everybody's talking about and join us in the dark.
From the parents behind Law & Order comes a mystery the whole family can enjoy. Patrick Picklebottom Everyday Mysteries. Step into the whimsical world of Patrick Picklebottom, a precocious 11-year-old with a love for reading and an uncanny ability to solve mysteries. Inspired by the beloved children's book of the same name, this podcast vividly brings Patrick's tales of deduction and everyday adventures to life as he unravels baffling enigmas and solves clever cases. Patrick Picklebottom Everyday Mysteries is perfect for kids and is just as entertaining for grown-ups who love a good mystery. The whole family can listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.